The story of the United States of America is one of ambition, struggle, and transformation. From its earliest inhabitants to the superpower it has become, America's history is filled with triumphs and trials that shaped not only one nation, but the entire world. This is the entire history of the United States, condensed into 10 minutes. Long before the name America existed, this land was home to millions of people. The first humans arrived thousands of years ago, migrating across the Bering Land Bridge from Asia. Over centuries, they spread across the continent, developing diverse cultures and societies. From the cliff dwellings of the ancestral Puebloans in the southwest to the massive earth mounds of Cahokia near the Mississippi River, Native American civilizations thrived long before Europeans set foot on the continent. These societies farmed, hunted, built trade networks, and developed spiritual traditions deeply tied to the land. By the 15th century, there were hundreds of distinct tribes and nations, each with unique languages and ways of life. This was a world rich in culture, connection, and resilience. Everything began to change in 1492, when Christopher Columbus's voyage sparked European exploration. Soon, Spain, France, the Netherlands, and England established colonies across North America. The English eventually dominated, founding settlements like Jamestown in 1607 and Plymouth in 1620. Life in the colonies was not easy, marked by harsh winters, conflict with indigenous peoples, and struggles for survival. Over time, however, the colonies grew stronger, fueled by agriculture, trade, and waves of European immigrants seeking opportunity. But these settlements were built on land already inhabited, and tensions with Native Americans grew. Disease, displacement, and warfare devastated indigenous populations. The balance of power was shifting. By the mid-18th century, 13 British colonies stretched along the Atlantic coast. Yet resentment was rising. Colonists objected to taxes and restrictions imposed by the British Crown. In 1776, they declared independence, igniting the American Revolutionary War. Led by figures like George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and Benjamin Franklin, the colonies fought for freedom against one of the most powerful empires in the world. After years of struggle, victory came in 1783. The Treaty of Paris recognized the United States of America as a new, independent nation. The Constitution, written in 1787, laid the foundation for a government based on democracy and checks on power. The Bill of Rights soon followed, guaranteeing freedoms like speech, religion, and press. A nation was born, but its challenges had only just begun. In the 19th century, America grew rapidly. The idea of manifest destiny drove settlers westward, seeking land and opportunity. The Louisiana Purchase, the Lewis and Clark Expedition, and the annexation of Texas all expanded U.S. territory. But this growth came at a cost. Native Americans were forced from their ancestral lands in a series of brutal removals, including the infamous Trail of Tears. At the same time, the issue of slavery divided the nation. The booming cotton industry of the South relied on enslaved labor, while the North increasingly opposed the practice. These divisions erupted into the Civil War in 1861. For 4 brutal years, Americans fought each other. Led by President Abraham Lincoln, the Union sought to preserve the nation, while the Confederacy fought to defend its independence and its slave-based economy. In 1865, the Union triumphed, slavery was abolished, and the long road toward equality began. After the war, America entered a period of rapid industrialization. Railroads connected the continent, cities grew, and millions of immigrants arrived from Europe and Asia, fueling economic growth. The late 19th century saw the rise of powerful industrialists, often called robber barons, who transformed steel, oil, and finance. By the early 20th century, the U.S. was emerging as a global power. It played a decisive role in World War I, though it initially returned to isolation afterward. But neutrality would not last. World War II thrust the United States into the global spotlight. Following the attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941, America joined the Allies, and its industrial and military might help secure victory. When the war ended in 1945, the U.S. stood as one of the two great superpowers, entering a decades-long Cold War with the Soviet Union. At home, the civil rights movement, led by figures like Martin Luther King Jr. and Rosa Parks, fought to end racial segregation and ensure equal rights for all citizens. Social movements expanded further, pushing for women's rights, environmental protection, and LGBTQ+ equality. Meanwhile, the Cold War defined U.S. foreign policy. America engaged in conflicts like Korea and Vietnam, built alliances through NATO, and raced the Soviets to space, culminating in the Apollo 11 moon landing in 1969. The 1980s brought economic shifts and a renewed military buildup. The fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989 and the collapse of the Soviet Union soon after marked the end of the Cold War, leaving the U.S. as the world's sole superpower. In the 21st century, America faces new challenges and opportunities. The attacks of September 11, 2001, reshaped national security and foreign policy. Wars in Afghanistan and Iraq tested the nation's endurance. Economic recessions, political polarization, and debates over immigration, healthcare, and climate change have all shaped the modern era. Yet, America continues to lead in technology, culture, and innovation. It is a country of vast diversity, where people from every corner of the globe live, work, and dream. Its history is complex, marked by both injustice and progress, conflict and unity. Through all of it, one idea has endured, that the promise of freedom and opportunity can guide generations toward a better future. Across history, America has been defined not just by events, but by the words of those who shaped it. We the people. The Constitution. Government of the people, by the people, for the people. Lincoln, 1863. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself, FDR, 1933. Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country, JFK, 1961. I Have a Dream, MLK, 1963. These words remind us that America's story is more than history, it is a vision carried forward by each generation. The United States of America is more than a nation, it is an ongoing experiment. Its story is still being written, shaped by the struggles and dreams of its people. From its ancient origins to its modern challenges, America stands as a land of resilience, reinvention, and possibility. And that is the entire history of the United States, told in just 10 minutes.